His father, Julius Rock, was a former truck driver and newspaper delivery man. His mother, Rosalie, worked as a teacher and social worker for people with mental disabilities. Following ulcer surgery, Julius passed away in 1988. After battling alcoholism for a long time, Chris's half-brother Charles also passed away in 2006. Christopher Julius Rock, the legendary comedian and actor who rose from his humble beginnings in Brooklyn, New York, to become one of the most iconic figures in comedy, was born on February 7, 1965, in Andrews, South Carolina. His parents relocated to the Brooklyn borough of Crown Heights not long after he was born, then later settled in Bedford-Stuyvesant. Growing up in a tough neighborhood, Rock faced adversity from an early age. He experienced the harsh realities of poverty, violence, and racial discrimination, which shaped his perspective and provided rich material for his comedy. He was an easy target for bullies due to his being a little black boy. The bullying became so bad that his parents had to pull him out of school. He later dropped out of high school and got a GED instead. Chris Rock worked low-paying jobs as a child. He once worked at McDonald's, the Red Lobster seafood restaurant chain, and a cheap retailer called Odd Lots, according to Rolling Stone. His initial plan before comedy came into view was to continue working at the Red Lobster until he could get his truck driver's license and become a truck driver like his dad. Rock discovered a passion for comedy at a young age. He began performing in local clubs and honing his craft, using humor as a coping mechanism to navigate the challenges of his environment. Rock's big break came when he joined the cast of Saturday Night Live in the early 1990s. His razor-sharp wit and fearless approach to comedy quickly made him a standout performer, earning him widespread acclaim and paving the way for future success. However, Rock faced criticism and skepticism from those who doubted his ability to transition from a sketch comedian to a successful stand-up performer. As the only black comedian in the cast of the show, he was constantly given stereotypical roles, and his ideas were often sidelined. He made plans to leave for a new show called Living in Color, and when the producers of Saturday Night Live found out, they fired him. The show Living in Color finally gave him the platform to fully express his comedic style, but this was also short-lived as the show was taken off the air. Despite the misfortunes, Rock was not discouraged. He began working tirelessly to perfect his craft and prove his detractors wrong. Rock became a little stagnant for a period while waiting for his next big break. He wrote and starred in a 1993 comedy film about wannabe rappers called CB4, but it didn't turn out as great as Rock would have wanted. It received less than pleasant reviews. He then covered the 1996 presidential campaign for Comedy Central's Politically Incorrect in Britannica. In 1994, he made an HBO special called Big Ass Jokes. None of these made the sort of impact he was perhaps hoping for. The next big thing eventually found him. Rock released his first HBO comedy special, Bring the Pain, which catapulted him to superstardom. The special showcased Rock's unique blend of social commentary, political satire, and raw honesty, earning him 2 Emmy Awards and solidifying his status as one of the most brilliant comedians of his generation. Despite his success, Rock continued to face personal and professional challenges. He lost a friend and former colleague to a drug overdose and also had a rocky divorce in which his ex-wife fought him for more custody of his daughters. Rock later bought a house to be closer to them. In his adult life, Chris found out that he was on the autism spectrum, specifically Asperger's syndrome. He was also diagnosed with NVLD, nonverbal learning disorder, a condition being managed through therapy. Through it all, Rock's ability to confront adversity with humor and insight has been his greatest asset. He has used his platform to tackle difficult subjects such as race, relationships, and inequality, sparking important conversations and challenging audiences to think critically about the world around them. Today, Chris Rock stands as a towering figure in the world of comedy, revered for his talent, intelligence, and unapologetic approach to storytelling.